Taehyung entered the room with great joy but suddenly stopped. Today was his wedding night, and he was very happy because he had found a girl whom he and his family liked. After seeing you, he felt like he had found what he was searching for. However, as he entered the room, he got shocked because you were sitting on the couch, burying your face on your knees. Your jewelry was scattered as if it had been thrown away. What is all this? Why are you sitting like this? Then came closer to you and placed his hand on your shoulder. I'm not Tina. My name is Vine, and please stay away from me. Saying that, you looked at him with jerk and yanked his hand away. Tam was greatly surprised by your behavior. What do you mean by your name is not Rina? No, my name is Vine. Rina is the one you wanted to marry. And Granny forced me into this marriage. When she found out Rina had run away. What are you saying? I don't understand. I wanted to marry you from the beginning, and my mom liked you too. At this you looked at them as if you didn't believe what he said. Believe me, my mom saw you at an event and then told me I liked you too, but we both made a mistake about your name perhaps. Even if I believe your words, I can't accept marrying someone forcefully. My heart will never agree to this relationship. But you will have to go through with this forced marriage for a few days because my mom won't be able to handle it. She is leaving for the airport in few days and we will have to act happy in front of her. After that, you can do whatever you want. I'm willing to cooperate. Thanks Stone was very sad. If you want, you can sleep on the bed. I'm not in favor of forced relationship either. You can stay in this room comfortably. Tang left the room after saying this. However, despite his reassurance, you changed your clothes and sat there, lost in thought. What have you done, Granny? But in return for your kindness, you have put my life in a danger. It would have been better if you hadn't arranged my marriage. I could have lived my life serving mom. Tears welled up in your eyes. You used to live with your mom in your granny's house. You were very young when your father passed away in an accident. When your mom was about to leave your dad house away with you, but your granny prevented her from doing so. She insisted that you and your poor mom stay with her. Your mom had to stay because she couldn't leave you there. She waited for your youth to arrive, but one day she fell down the stairs and became disabled. You were always occupied with taking care of your mom. Your grandfather was very rich, but after his death, all control went under your grandmother, and your granny bore the expense of your mom's treatment. So you always felt grateful to her. Gina was Granny's daughter's daughter, very in manner and self-contained. She had come to Granny's house due to her mother's resistance and scolding. Granny wanted her to get married so that she could become more mature, but Rina dismissed her words with a hot attitude. Then Taehyung's mom and dad came up with the proposal for Taehyung. Rina was not at home. Granny was so much inspired seeing their wealth and all that. When they came with Taehyung's proposal, she immediately said yes without even asking Rina. When Taehyung came to meet Granny again, you opened the door. You felt like you had seen him somewhere before. You were trying to figure out where. Hello, girl, where did you lose? Taehyung said, waving his hand in front of your eyes. Nowhere. Where are you, Rina? Who is there? Granny, while talking on the phone, walked to the door. When she saw Taehyung, she took him into the living room. On you, Granny saying, you bought some snacks for Taehyung. So Granny laughing on some Taehyung's top. Seems like he is really extrovert, you thought while looking at Taehyung's. But suddenly you remembered that your mom alone, so you instantly left. How lucky you are, Rina. You are about to get such a loving and caring life partner. You didn't know why for some reason you were thinking about them. Here, Rina went to her friend's house as soon as she heard about marriage. When Granny told her that she had set her up for marriage, she immediately rejected it, saying she would only marry of her own choice. You always stayed away from her methods because she didn't value anyone in front of her. Most of the time, you stayed in your mom's room. In fact, it had become your room now. Dan's mother had a serious illness that required treatment in abroad. Suddenly, her health deteriorated, and she told Kenny to quickly arrange the marriage. Dan's mother was not willing to leave for treatment without her son's wedding. Granny set wedding date without informing Rina and quickly made all the preparation. Granny's plan was to tell her about the wedding on the 11th hour, so she couldn't refuse, and for the sake of her reputation, she would agree. But she didn't know that it was Rina, extremely self-confident and only following her heart. Somehow she found out about Granny's plan, and without informing Granny, she left the house, whose excuse of going to salon. When all the guests had arrived in the evening, Granny called her, but her phone was switched off, which worried Granny. You had been busy with all the preparations throughout the day and had forgotten to give medicine to your mom, which caused her condition to worsen. You were sitting by your mom's side when suddenly Granny, in a state of extreme distress, entered the room. Granny, what's wrong? Why are you so upset? Is everything fine? Rina hasn't come back yet from the parlor, and she told me she was coming when I called her. But now her phone is switched off, and I have received a message. Granny showed you her phone. Rina had refused the marriage and left the city. That's why she went against my wishes and went to the parlor. I told her to call the beautician home, but this was her plan. Granny was in a state of great distress. Tang's mother has been asking about the bride for a long time. You asked in surprise. Yes, they have been here for a while. I don't know what to answer them. What if you do now? How will you explain to people? Granny was lost in thought. Suddenly she seemed to have found a solution. I won't need to explain anything to anyone. After all, people only know that my granddaughter is getting married, and I have two granddaughters. Granny's words left you sure. Why, you always used to say that I have done a lot for your mother and you. Now it's time to repay that favor. Granny's words left you in a state of bewildered confusion. What are you trying to say, Granny? I don't understand. You asked in a scared tone.